because they came very disrespectful at me at first, and I'm a very respectful guy, but they see somebody with tattoos, a snapback hat, and they want to treat people differently.
I swear, every time I see this loser, he gets more and more pathetic. I don't know how much farther he can sink. Today, we are going to be watching him get arrested at a psychiatric facility, so, I mean, if that tells you anything. First and foremost, though, thank you to all of my channel members and subscribers. If you are new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I would most certainly appreciate it. But for now, let's go ahead and get into this dumpster fire that calls himself Auditing America or First Amendment Network, whatever he's going by now.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good, thanks.
How can I help you?
I'm all right for now.
How can I help you?
I'm okay for now, thanks.
Can you call pharmacy?
Sorry?
I'm saying, how can I help you?
I'm okay. I'm okay, thanks.
No, how can I help you? This is the front entrance of a psychiatric hospital. Are you recording?
Yes.
For what?
My own purposes.
But what's your purpose here?
I'd rather not say it, if that's okay.
D, 219.
He's so creepy. I really wonder sometimes how embarrassed his family must be of him.
D, 219. Este güey me está tomando video como... Este güey aquí.
I'm okay, thanks.
You can't be in this area with no purpose.
You want me to call the cops? We got cops here. You want to talk to them? We can talk to them.
Why would you need to call the cops?
Because you're here. You're doing just.
Is this a public place?
It is a public place.
Okay, thank you. That's all I need to know.
Not inside.
Well, am I inside?
No.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Just call the cops. Call the sheriff.
Didn't we just agree? Didn't we just?
Yeah, but you can talk to the sheriff if you want to.
Bro, you're just bugging at this point. Nobody's doing anything. You're just bugging.
Who talked to who? Did I talk to you or say anything?
I'm talking to you though.
Who the hell do you think you are? Let me get your name. What's your name?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out your name. How's that?
Go ahead.
What's your name? That's your policy, right? You gotta identify. You have an ID. Why you have an? Yes, you do. Your security company gives you an ID that you hang from your chest for a reason. So call your supervisor.
All right.
We're gonna see who's right and who's wrong.
All right, we'll see.
But if you're wrong, are you man enough to apologize? No.
No, I don't know. You don't need to apologize.
All right.
Okay, you can't record here. It's private property. It's private property.
Private? Who owns it?
The county. The county.
Oh, okay. We finance the county, so
Okay, sir.
you found the
What can I
boss.
do for you?
You know, first off, I can't imagine that he pays for anything because I know for a fact he makes very little from this channel. When the big one got demonetized, this one is just failing and miserably. So him paying taxes, questionable. But beyond that, the idea of this insect being anyone's boss is just absolutely laughable. I can't even picture him as a shift leader at Burger King. Like, would you trust him to run a deep fryer? I wouldn't. I don't even think he has the intelligence to flip burgers, which is why he does this. It might also have something to do with the fact that he is a convicted felon charged with kidnapping with intent to commit a felony, attempted sexual battery of a person 12 years or older, domestic battery, domestic violence, unlawful imprisonment. This guy is scum. True. Unmitigated scum. But yeah, he wants to pretend like he's anyone's boss.
Get me his supervisor.
I'm a supervisor.
Okay, is it part of his policy to identify
Okay,
when?
I don't allow-
Okay,
I
are you
don't
gonna
give
ask me a question?
authorization
Are you
to
gonna
record.
let me ask a question or not?
I don't give you authorization to record me.
I don't need to. You guys work for the public.
Okay, what can I help you with, sir?
Okay, what's his name and how can I complain on him?
You can talk to me. I'm a supervisor.
Okay, is it part of your policy to identify to the public if somebody comes over here and asks a question? Negative?
Negative.
Really? Okay, so call the police. Well, we're gonna really find out. What's your name? What's your name?
My name's D.
D. Okay, yeah, I'm sure that's not your name, but D. I'm D man. That's gonna show you guys about
Okay, how come
our
you're
rights.
You're on private property.
No, I'm not. I can guarantee you I'm not on
How
private
can we
property.
assist you?
Call the police so that you guys can get educated. Good. Because I have the right to be here.
So what's the point of business being here?
I don't have to discuss my day.
Okay. Come in. Thank you.
You guys are going to do the walk of shame. You know what that is?
You got too much time on your hands.
Too much? Whew. I got the same amount of time as you. And at least I didn't decide to become a rent-a-cop. So...
I really don't know which is worse. The fact that he was so sure that it is their policy to identify to him, or the fact that instead of being gainfully employed, he thinks it's some kind of flex that instead of being a rent-a-cop, that he is an oxygen thief. He is a waste of space on this planet. He is the kind of incel that a woman looks at and her ovaries immediately dry up and stop functioning because the idea of him being able to reproduce and add his genetics into the human gene pool is absolutely terrifying. I cannot wait for the day that he disappears off of the internet and just fades into obscurity. Because number one, no one is going to miss him. He is that irrelevant. But it's also going to be a net plus for humanity because this is just stupid. This is not activism. This is just stupid. And we have enough stupid in this world. Let's be honest. We don't need this too.
Perfect. Thank you.
These people don't even know where they work at. This is public property. Welcome.
Not public property.
This is property of the city of San Diego. All right. This is property of the city of San Diego. You guys are insane.
Patients in here. That's patient privacy.
Well, it's your duty to create the privacy. I'm in a public area. I know you're trying to find
You're
ways.
allowed to be here, but you can't record inside.
Well,
Just
I'm
like
gonna-
it says here, and it says on everything. And any hospital, you're not allowed to be recording privacy. You're breaking privacy.
It's you're the only one that could break that privacy if I can see any information from a public area. So do you know what the HIPAA law is and how it works?
Do you know the HIPAA law?
Apparently better than you.
Please explain it.
Well, I'm not medical staff, so there's no way I can violate
But it
people's.
seems like you know
Are you
it.
going to let me explain it before?
It seems like you know it though.
So absolutely. So I'm here to let you know exactly how it is since you already work here and you don't know it.
Go ahead.
So I'm not a medical staff, which means I can't violate HIPAA law. It's your job it's your job to make sure that the information is protected.
Correct. And this is what
So-
I'm doing. I'm
so
protecting
if-
it by not allowing you to record.
If I
inside
can
the
see anything from a public area, then you're in violation.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. If I can see anything from over here, you're in violation. Yes, it is.
You're not allowed. Yes, you can see it, but you can't record it. That's all.
What's the difference? What is the difference?
What's the difference?
Yes.
One's from your eyesight.
So if I could see something, what if I have photographic memory? What if I can remember?
Okay, then you remember, right?
Exact, and I'm gonna continue.
And were you
Especially,
recording a patient walking in and out.
I am.
You see, that's when it's illegal.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to jail, and I'm gonna eat bread on bread today.
Okay, that's fine.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Do what you gotta do.
Boys, bad boys. What you gonna? How you doing, ma'am? Can I have your name? I'm good, thanks. Can I have your name and badge number, please?
Officer Espinoza, 1923.
Thank you, Espinoza. And you are Officer Arista.
2035.
How are you guys today?
Doing good. How
Okay,
are you?
good. So we've been having, a back and forth of words. No one's been disorderly. No one's breaking the law.
Okay.
But we already, after 30 minutes, we already agreed that, the other staff came out and the nursing director came out and we agreed that I'm in a public area. As long as I don't go back there, I am allowed to be in this area and film this way, even if I'm filming past this window, like from here, even if I can zoom in through my camera and see anything back there, this gentleman keeps insisting that I'm not allowed to do that. I'm in a public area. I mean, he's a nice guy. I've even, we've been here 30 minutes. So at one point I did, man, why you gotta be an asshole? But I apologize for calling him that, which, it's our First Amendment right to criticize and say whatever we want as long as we don't speak violence or anything like that. So they just really need to be informed by the people who actually took an oath to protect our rights. And that's you, Arista, and that's you, Espinoza. You protect the First Amendment with your life, Doesn't matter if it's freedom of speech, the Fourth Amendment, you guys protect that as well. Unless you have probable cause that somebody's committing a crime or has been committing or is about to commit a crime, then that's when you guys, jump in and people are detained. But as long as we're not breaking the law, as long as I'm not trespassing, as long as I'm not interfering with the business, as long as I'm not standing right there and blocking any entrance, as long as I'm not, being loud, disorderly, unreasonable, I have the right to be here all day. But they think that I don't. I mean, me and the security officer, she's been very nice. We've disagreed and whatever, but she knows that I could be here. The director came out. They know that I could be here, but they just want this gentleman right here, even though he's a nice person, he strongly believes within his heart that that he has the right to tell me that I can film around here, just not that way. So if you could just tell them that you guys can go back to, you know, chasing real criminals out there. You shouldn't be over here dealing with a camera guy, Espinosa and Arista. You guys have better things to do. So I'll let you do your job. That's my side of the story.
Can I get your name? Is that cool?
I'd rather not. I'd rather not, but
So here's the thing.
yes,
This is a county mental health hospital.
correct.
They
That's why I'm here.
Interestingly enough, he omitted all of those cordial conversations where supposedly everyone agrees with him. He's such a joke. He said it himself just a moment ago. He can be there as long as he is not interfering with the operations of the business, and he 100% is. This is a psychiatric facility. He's there specifically because he is scum of the earth, and it is a psychiatric facility that he knows he is going to get a reaction at. They are charged with protecting the privacy of their patients. These are people that are going to be coming and going who potentially could be going through the worst time of their life. And this walking pile of flaming garbage is there specifically to make sure that they get posted to YouTube. Now, he's right about one thing. He can't violate HIPAA. But the reason that facilities like these have rules and policies that are backed by HIPAA law, they are charged with creating and securing the privacy of their patients for a reason, which includes saying, no, you cannot film in this area. And he is interfering with their ability to do that job. So yes, he is 100% interfering with the operation of the business.
Okay. So what is your goal here? Like,
My goal here is to work on a news story in a publicly accessible area, which is my right to. And my goal here is to praise and love good public employees like yourself, Espinosa, and like you, Arista. I know we're in the middle of an investigation right now, but I can assume that you guys are smart enough and intelligent enough to understand that, you know, yes, there's a thin line between disorderly conduct and freedom of speech. Yes, there's a very thin line between public property and restricted area. I understand all of that. I am a grown adult. I don't need nobody, you know, telling me what's right from wrong.
That might be the stupidest thing I think I've ever heard him say. And that's saying something.
So I don't know what to tell you. You know, I'm not going in there, but I have the right to be here. I'm not loitering because I'm working on a news story that's going to be taxed.
Are you a journalist?
Yes, we all are. And I told them, by the way, we have over 120 million combined views on our platform. I've been working on videos for 7 years. We've been almost around the whole country. We're only missing the Dakotas, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Idaho. We're only missing a few places, and we've gone everywhere. We're the only ones standing up for the Constitution in the U.S. Virgin Islands, in Puerto Rico, in Alaska, Hawaii, Northern Mariana Islands, where nobody goes and confronts peacefully and lovingly, you know, tyranny, ma'am. So everywhere we go, we seem to have security officers like them. They're not cops. They don't know nothing when it comes about our rights. They understand that they can their company sends them to also private places where they, you know, protect private places. But this specific building, we hire them to protect this facility. And yes, I understand they have to protect it without harassing the public.
All right, we're going to speed this up just a little bit because this idiot is starting to give me a headache.
How's it going, Sheriff? Are you, am I dealing with the police or with the sheriff?
Both. So
Okay.
there's a deputy here on staff.
All right. Are you the one that works here all the time?
I am.
Okay. Nice to meet you. My name's Enrique.
What's up, Enrique?
All right. There you go. All right. So,
What's going on? Were you a patient here?
no, were you a patient here?
No, I'm just wondering if because you asked if I was the deputy that works here.
Oh,
So I
because
figured you
we've been
see
looking
me.
for you, brother. That's why. Okay.
Okay.
So, I have the right to be here as long as I don't interfere with anything that's going on here. I can quietly stand right there and film all day till the floor melts. because this is a publicly accessible area. I understand this is a secure facility. I understand that you guys have a job to do, but you have to respect our rights. So if Fox News or CNN comes over here and sets up right there in the corner to work on a news story, they're not going to be bothered.
Okay, listen. First of all, this is a mental health facility. Okay, so it's a little different here. Okay, this is where patients come in, and they get spoken to, all right, and they have rights, HIPAA rights.
Correct.
You can't.
Correct.
Okay.
I understand that, and I know about the HIPAA law fully, sir.
Okay.
So there's no way I can violate the HIPAA law. I'm not medical staff. So if I can see anything, any personal information from a patient, from a public area,
It's also recording the patients.
correct. It does.
and
Correct. I'm in a public area. I'm well within my rights. So we have a supervisor coming. Could you call your supervisor as
You
well?
have a supervisor coming?
Yeah.
Sergeant.
Okay.
So do you have a supervisor?
No, supervisor's not gonna come.
Okay. All right. So they were the first ones that got here. So I'm just trying to see which agency I can deal with, because I have the right to be here. I'm not creating a scene. I'm not being disorderly. I'm not loitering. I'm working on a news story, and we're being seen by thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people right now, sir. Just to let you know, I've been working for 7 years. I go to psychiatric hospitals, public building, police department, all over the nation.
Okay.
So, like I said, as long as I'm not breaking the law, being disorderly, there's no way I can violate the HIPAA law. If I can see anyone's personal information from a public area, they are in violation of the HIPAA law, because they're the medical staff. They're the ones that are supposed to protect this information.
Are you aware that people come up here and then they start talking about their medical history?
And I'm willing, and actually I'm here to actually ask questions to the public whenever they come out, because if they're treating the public like that, I wonder how they're treating the patients back there, because everybody's quote unquote crazy back there, right?
Okay, do you want to provide me your information?
I'd rather not,
Okay.
because this is a constitutional test. I'm talking about the First Amendment. So what's my Fourth Amendment right? Do you know it?
Yeah, I know it.
So do you know the third one?
Yeah.
What's the Third Amendment?
All right, I'm not gonna have these conversations.
No quartering of soldiers. Yeah, we should. You were here
Okay.
protecting people's rights.
Okay.
We need to know if you know
But
our rights.
you understand we all have a job to do?
So do I.
Okay.
I'm working right now.
Okay.
So I told them, you guys are out to look for criminals. So not for camera guys. So as long as I'm not breaking the law, you can't just tell me, hey, you can't film this way, you can film that way, but not this way. There's not a law that says I can't film that way from a public standpoint. You guys may try all you want. They tried all they want, but it's not gonna roll today. Okay? And honestly, sir,
Okay.
I don't appreciate that you as a corporal, you really don't know, and I don't really appreciate that.
Okay, sir, listen,
would you
we have
agree?
jobs to do. Is this
So-
all you want to do? You just want to stand out here and record?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I want to
All
be
right.
left alone.
Okay, so I'm gonna double check everything with our county council. All right, making sure that you can do that, because like I said, this is an intake area where
Correct.
people talk about
Correct.
their mental health.
I
okay?
appreciate that.
You're not allowed to record what you're doing right now. Okay, you're recording. You're not allowed to video record. You can take
Under what law?
That's the law.
What law? State the law. Exactly. No, there's no law, sir.
Okay.
You're being a tyrant.
No, I'm not
You
being
are.
a tyrant.
You're giving me
Okay.
unlawful
Okay.
education. That's not what you're
All right,
doing.
So,
So-
guys, just one of you come.
So, Arista, are you gonna interfere with this, bro?
We have our sergeant on his way.
Okay, so, but you're a police officer.
Yep.
You
You requested our sergeant. So
correct, but you are your own police officer. You can speak, you know. So you agree with me, right? I have the right to film right here anything I can see.
Like I said, we're having our sergeant come.
Oh man, this is crazy. So, how long have you been a cop? Probably not too long, brother.
About a year and 6 months now.
All right. So you were just in the academy. The most important thing is the Constitution, and the very First Amendment is what I'm exercising right here. Freedom of the press.
I understand that.
So in a public place, there's no violation. Imagine we didn't have freedom of the press. Oh, you can't be here. Imagine we have the police telling people in public that you can't film. So if you understand that, you should interfere and tell them, you know. So we're not inside. I understand. I understand. But we're in a, this is simple. You're Sergeant, correct? My name,
sir.
Sergeant. Sergeant Schroeder. My name's Enrique Sergeant. So I've been working for 7 years as a citizen journalist, going around the whole country, standing up for our constitutional rights. I would never come over here and break the law. I will never go and trespass into restricted area. What I do have the right is to stand in a public area without interfering with the business whatsoever. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want them to talk to me. I want to work on my news story, and they need to worry about their own jobs. So she's concerned about HIPAA law. Okay, I'll tell you how HIPAA law works. How? Why? Because I know about it. So there's no way I can violate HIPAA because I'm not medical staff. So if I can see any medical information from over here, or anything that relates to medical records, or anything from a public area, they are in violation because it's their job to protect that. So I'm not trying to create a problem.
Once again, he's talking about something that is completely irrelevant, just trying to cloud the issue. They aren't talking about medical records being visible outside. They are talking about the fact this is an intake area where you are going to have actual patients. And regardless if this is outside or not, it's not a public forum. He's not standing on the sidewalk on the street. He is on the property of the psychiatric facility where they can make rules in accordance with HIPAA. And he is interfering with their ability to do that job. So yes, he is in the wrong. 100% in the wrong, and just too fucking stupid to realize it.
I got here, and the first thing that the security guard said, profanity to me. Then I say profanity back. Well, no, they're disorderly. Very low tone of voice, very nice. I was like, why are you being an asshole to me, man? After like 25 minutes of back and forth, I said, no, call the police, because they're the ones in charge of protecting my right to be here and work on my story. We have over 100 million viewers on our platform, and they judge people by the way they see, by the way they look, because they came very disrespectful at me at first, and I'm a very respectful guy, but they see somebody with tattoos, a snapback hat, and they want to treat people differently. I bet you if I was walking around with a suit and I brought my $10,000 camera or something, and a nice setup, they would have accepted me. But after a long conversation with them, they agree that I have the right to be there. They agree that I can film. What they don't agree is that they say I can film anything I want in that area, just not through their window. If they don't want people seeing through that window, they need to put window tint, because they need to create the privacy. This is why you guys get funds for it. So if there's privacy that needs to be covered because the public can see something from here, they have to protect that, Sergeant. So could you please tell everybody to leave me alone?
I'll go talk to them all.
Okay.
And we'll kind of sort out from there.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, so how you doing, man? So
I'm dealing with this. I can't deal with.
Can you come over here?
Okay. What was your question? I'll tell.
I'm dealing now with the sergeant.
Okay.
Right?
So I came all
Can
the.
you stand over there?
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are.
Under suspicion of what crime?
Hold on.
Under suspicion of what crime? Oh, okay. I'm being detained. Okay. You're illegally detaining me. So go ahead. You detain me without looking at any videos or anything. So that's great. Go ahead. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're supposed to protect me against this tyrant. You're supposed to protect me. That doesn't matter right now. You guys are supposed to protect me. This guy's detaining me. Illegal detainment. Oh man, unlawful detainment by tyrant sheriff. You guys know what a thumbnail is? This is being uploaded straight to my server as we speak, and this guy just illegally detained me. I'm not free to go. Can you believe that? Arista, you better interfere with that. Okay, so am I still being under suspicion of what crime?
So
you have to make sure before you detain somebody, right?
All right. So listen, this is what I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
So you were asked to stop recording, right?
Okay.
Okay. There's a posted sign up there.
It doesn't matter. That's not a law.
Okay, that's fine. Look at right now is not the time.
Why am I
we're
being
gonna go-
detained? I'm being illegally detained.
Okay.
Sergeant, this is an illegal detainment.
Okay. So
I was dealing. These guys were the first ones who arrived here. I want to deal with you guys.
okay. Well, this is my hospital. all
This
right?
is not your
Yeah, it
hospital. This is our
as far
hospital.
as jurisdiction. Okay. Yes, it is public, right?
You
and I am your officer. too,
I am
right?
afraid
I'm
of you.
public.
I am in fear of my life
Okay,
right now. You
okay.
detain me. I'm not
So
free to
you
go.
see, There is a posted sign. Did
It
you
doesn't
report
matter
the
that
posted
sign.
Okay,
It's not a
so
law.
put your
Hey,
hand back.
for what crime?
I'm going to be honest. I really doubt that anyone involved in that situation cares at all whether or not he has tattoos. They may think he looks like an idiot with the stupid hat, the way he dresses, the way he talks, the way he exists. They may think he looks stupid, but I seriously doubt that any of them care if he has tattoos. Most of them probably have tattoos. A lot of people have tattoos. So you know what? Trying to play the poor me, pity me, that they're discriminating against me because of the way I look card is just sad. It's really, really sad. And this is just one more arrest he can add to his record. I have absolutely no sympathy for him. I have no sympathy for anyone who takes advantage of people who are in a psychiatric facility. I have no sympathy for anyone who exploits people who are in that situation. So, rotten jail as far as I'm concerned. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you would like to see, and I will catch you on the next one.